And here on 5 Live from 7.
Now, the British are happier than the French and the Germans, so say psychiatrists at Cambridge University who've been comparing the well-being of people across Europe. The Danes are the happiest. Sharmi Albrechtsen is an American journalist who's lived in Denmark for 12 years. She's married to a Dane, writes a blog called Happy Danes, so she should know. Hi, Sharmi.
Yes, I can.
Lovely. Well, apologies for the technical difficulties there. As I was saying,
problem.
You're married to a Dane. You write a blog called Happy Danes, so you can tell us why the Danes might be the happiest.
Well, I can try. In my blog, I've been writing my blog for about 18 months, and the reason I started it was because many of the friends and family who came to visit me in Denmark were remarking about the studies about happy Danes, and they kind of noticed that they didn't look that happy. They walked the streets and they weren't smiling and they weren't saying hello, and all the things you kind of expect from a quote-unquote happy country. And I started looking into it, and I found that Danes are actually happy on the inside. It's more of a content than the word happy, but they're very content. And one of the reasons they're content is because they have they have cultural values that focus on like the collective instead of the individual.
Right. And
I write about this in my blog and also my book. The laws, they're kind of based on a set of laws. They call them the Yanta law. And the Yanta law, it's a law that doesn't, these rules don't really, they haven't been written down anywhere, but every Dane knows them. And it sort of exists in their culture. And basically, this set of rules says that, hey, you need to keep it real. You need to have low expectations. It's important for you to focus on others and not yourself.
Right.
And
what about other practical, kind of tangible things as well, though? For example, presumably how content you are will have to do with some external factors too. For example, the economy and the level of employment in the country and the health system. What about those things in Denmark?
Well, I think that what you can do is compare Denmark to other Western countries. And of course, if you're comparing Denmark to countries where you don't have like the minimal I would say, let's say, for example, the United States. In the United States, we don't have a high poverty level, but we don't also have a gigantic social welfare system. You have a gigantic social welfare system in other European countries, but you still don't have high happiness levels. So, I don't believe that a social welfare state is the key to happiness. That's kind of a baseline, and then on top of that, you need to have values, and these values need to be focused on collectivism and on egalitarianism, and yeah.
And how does it compare? Just lastly, Sharmi, how does it compare to wherever it was that you were living in America before?
It's very different. For me, I was given an example about, looking for a job, for example. It was very tough for me to go and do a job interview here because, you're supposed to do an interview without talking about your achievements and about yourself. So, how do you do that? And I actually didn't get a job for a very long time, and I kept on asking for feedback, and they said, well, quite honestly, you talked about yourself too much. And
right. I see. Okay.
Yeah, so I had to find a way to sort of work within the cultural boundaries of how you do interviews, how you talk about yourself, how you talk about your achievements, how you,
just everything.
Yeah, how you
really
present yourself.
Yeah. Okay, Sharmi, thank you very much. Interesting to talk to you. That's Sharmi Albrechtsen.
Well, I'm back now.
Oh, you're back.
I'm back. Why is sport? Sorry.
I thought you were going to be down there at the end. I was, looking forward to asking you some